12-year-old Carly stated, "When I was finally adopted by the family I have now, it was probably because she saw me in a different setting without my foster family." Then, a 9-year-old Matt commented, "My parents wanted to adopt a baby boy, and one day they got a phone call from someone who asked if they would like a little Indian boy. They said they'd love one, and that's how they got me." Both of these kids were adopted and now have a successful life because they were supported and raised by adoptive parents. Think about this. One baby is aborted every 26 seconds, 137 abortions every hour, 3,304 abortions take place every day, 23,196 every week, 100,516 every month, and 1,206,192 every year in the United States alone. We aren't just killing babies, we're killing future leaders, mothers, fathers, entertainers, healthcare providers, and friends. Many people these days are having unprotected sex without thinking about the consequences, such as getting pregnant. When this happens, they just want to get rid of the baby so they resort to killing it. People today think that it is moral to kill babies while they are still in the mother's womb. It is morally and wrong and should be illegal to have an abortion simply because one does not want to take care of a child. There are other ways to care for a child when a person is not ready to raise a child themselves. Adoption is the easiest way to find a loving family that would raise a child as their own. Before we jump to conclusions, though, let's take a step back and look at the need for people in everyday society and the harm that abortion can cause both the baby and the mother. First, let's discuss the awareness of human life that the government officials and doctors need when legalizing and performing such cruel surgeries and treatments to the baby and mother herself. This country needs government officials, doctors, and mothers, and everyday citizens who realize that they are killing the future of the United States to stand up for the rights of the unborn who are not able to speak. Since the legalization of abortion in 1973, there have been approximately 50 million abortions performed in the United States. They never have had the chance to make the difference that God put them on this earth to make. As mothers choose abortion, they do not realize that children they are bearing could have potentially found the cure to cancer, walk on Mars, or simply made a difference in their mother's life. About 23% of all pregnancies end in abortion in the United States. We need mothers to think about someone other than themselves. If mothers would care enough to realize that there are other people that are willing to open their homes and share the love that is needed to raise a child when biological mothers are not capable of doing so, the abortion rate would go down. It would make the decision process of mothers seeking abortion easier if abortion was not an option. Mothers would realize that there are more humane options in killing their child. These mothers would be open to an idea that they may never have thought about: adoption. Adoption is when a mother and father give the rights of their child because they feel they cannot provide a suitable condition for that child. Adoptions can either be opened or closed, which means parents can have the ability, if they would like, to see their child or not have any connections with them at all. Now that we understand that through abortion we are killing America's future, let's look at the way in which mothers would not have to care for their children without killing them. Finding out you're pregnant can be a cause of a lot of stress, anxiety, happiness, or depression in a family, and in particular in the mother. Some women do not plan on becoming pregnant, so when they find that out, the first thing they want to do is terminate the pregnancy. Those women do not think about the baby when making their decisions. They also don't realize that their families are out there and want to take care of children whose parents are unable to care for themselves. There are many options for mothers who are not capable of taking care of their own children. Places such as Planned Parenthood, National Women's Health Information Center, and National Child and Human Development Center are there to support and care for women who do not know what to do when they are faced with unplanned pregnancies. These hotlines usually have people on the other end of the phone who are knowledgeable about the situation. Seeking support is very important for women who do not plan on becoming pregnant. This support makes these women feel wanted, needed, and special in the eyes of the community. Once women can gain their sense of pride in themselves, they are able to make better decisions for not only themselves, but for their baby as well. Many times women do not realize that there are people willing to help them. They also do not realize that some people such as adoption or just simple support and encouragement. If women have support, they may realize that they are a good mother to their child. If a mother decides to have an abortion, there are multiple physical, emotional, and psychological effects that she could encounter. Some include pain in the stomach and fever, depression, anger, shame, or a sense of loneliness, relationship issues, or even suicidal thoughts. With all the help and support that is out there, why would someone risk their own lives to get rid of a baby that would not want to take care of? There are so many risks and not enough rewards to abortion. There are, however, rewards when a mother gives birth to her child and gives them up for adoption. Adoption is not only a gift for a child, but it's also a gift for the adoptive family who is able to raise the child. There's a myth that states some parents worry that they would not love an adopted child as much as they would love a biological one. The truth is, 95% of adoptive parents experience a strong attachment to their child. Some people's life's goals are to be mothers and fathers, but with infertility, they are not able to bear their own child. They become depressed and feel like failures. They shape their whole lives around becoming parents, but the stress and hardships come with infertility affect them greatly. One way they can overcome this is through adoption. There are people looking to take care of a child as their own biological child and to raise them as their own. There's no reason for people to resort to killing a child when there are people out there looking for someone to give love and care for. Adoption is the easiest way to save a life. It also shows that a mother does not only care about herself, but for her child as well. Adoption can lead to new opportunities for both the mother and child. Only positives can come from adoption, while negatives can come out of abortion. After hearing a few crazy facts, listening to all the negative effects of abortion, and hearing positive situations that can come from adoption, rethink your ideas and thoughts about the gifts of life in general. Abortion is killing an unborn baby who's not able to stand up for himself. Adoption can save lives everywhere and create new leaders